Hello, this is an introduction to modulus and the mod operator. We're going to talk about three ways to calculate modulus and what modulus is. Generally, you're going to see modulus in the form something mod something else. Oftentimes it'll be k mod something, where k is like x, but they'll call it k. So what is modulus? Modulus and mod is short for modulus. Modulus is an operator. And what is an operator? You're probably familiar with operators even if you don't know it. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division are all operators. So is modulus. And modulus is very similar. It's associated with division, which we'll see here now. It might be easiest to demonstrate in action, but modulus deals with the remainder related to division. So let us calculate 18 divided by 7. (18) divided by 7 is 2 with a remainder of 4. 2 times 7, 14, 4. 2 with a remainder of 4. Therefore, the modulus 18 mod 7 equals 4. All that modulus is the remainder when dividing. So remember that, you'll be okay even when it gets complicated. Because of this, the modulus has as many potential values as it is. For instance, 7, there are 7 potential values for k mod 7. Those are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Any number, including that number, can only be these 7 numbers, because when you divide this by 7, you're going to be left with a remainder of somewhere between 0 and 6. And notice that if it's a whole, if it divides cleanly, the remainder is 0. For instance, if this was 14, 14 divided by 7 is 2 with a remainder of 0. So 14 mod 7 equals 0. So that is the first way to determine the remainder, which is determining the modulus. 2. Another way is to subtract the modulus amount until you get a value between 0 and 1 less than the modulus number. We'll do this with 155. This is a long way to do it, but maybe it will help, from a different perspective, help you see what a modulus is. And I just used Excel quantity, so it's this minus 7, and then I'm going to this minus 7, and I'm just going to drag it down. Hopefully you know what I'm doing here as far as Excel formulas go. Just dragging it down, so the same, this minus 7 is this, and we'll drag it a bunch, minus 7, all the way until we get a value that is between 0 and 6, which is 1 less than what we're subtracting by. So this is 1. So 155 mod 7 equals 1. We'll delete that, but 1. And the same thing would have happened if we divided 155 by 7. Let's see. 155 divided by 7 is going to give us, there's a remainder. So the remainder, if we multiply the remainder, this we're returning to the first way, multiply the remainder by 7, will get us close to 1, I think. Yeah, there's extra remainders, so I guess the further we get. But the remainder is 1, or subtracting until we get a value small enough is 1. Additionally, I'll note that you can subtract until it's small enough, but the same will work in a negative way. For instance, if the number is -6, you can add the number. So you would add 7. The number would still be 1. -6 mod 7 would be 1. Or negative, let's say, 30. Could add -30 mod 7, so add 7 until we get to a number, nope, not -2. 5 is between, so it's 5. What would we do? -30 mod 7 equals 5. So those are two longer ways to calculate modulus. The easiest way is to just use built-in functions that allow you to calculate modulus. And that is, in Excel, it's mod, and then you put the number that you're dividing by, which in this case we'll do 7945, and then what you're dividing it by, 7. So 7945 mod 7 equals 0, which tells us that 7945 divided by 7 is a whole number. But we can check our values over here as well. Let's try equals mod 18. 18 mod 7 hopefully is 2. No, it's not. Why is it not? It wasn't ever. It was 4. Good. Good way to do it multiple ways. You can figure out what you did wrong. Let's try mod. Hopefully we'll get one of them right. 155 mod 7 is 1. So there you go. That is, in Excel, MOD is the modulus function. Now, in computer science, which is where you use modulus mostly, you have a more simple operator, and that's the percent sign. We'll hop over to Python. Hopefully. Sorry, we'll hop over to Python, and these are operators: 4 plus 3, 5 plus 5, 5 plus 7, whatever I'm doing. 16 divided by 3. In Python, it actually only gives you the whole number because of the modulus operator, which is the percent sign. If you do something percent something else, that is the same as saying k mod 3. That way is how you do it. The mod is replaced by a percent sign. So what are we doing? 7945 mod 7. 7945% 7 is 0. Hopefully that's not too small to see, but it's the percent sign. What else? 155 mod 7. 155% 7 is 1. 18% 7. 18% 7 is 4. So the percent sign is going to be your friend, and I'll leave you on a note about the modulus. A fun little thing that you'll encounter, especially in computer science, is even or odd. Mod 2, which is percent 2. 6 mod 2 equals 0. 18 mod 2 equals 0. 100, 1004 mod 2 equals 0. In fact, any even number, 1,045 or 46 mod 2 equals 0. Any even number, mod 2 equals 0. And likewise, any odd number, 65 mod 2 equals 1. 33 mod 2 equals 1. So in the event that you're doing something and you need to test for evenness or oddness, you're going to want to use mod. If you're testing for evenness, test if whatever you're testing, mod 2 equals 0. If you're testing for oddness, test, if anything, whatever you're doing, mod 2 equals 1. If you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this gave a decent introduction to modulus, which is my favorite operator. Alright, be well.